This is Outdated, and welcome back to Outdated Reviews. Today, we're going to look at the core rules for Vaesen, Nordic Horror Roleplaying by Free League Publishing. So, first give you a good look at the cover here. I really like that cover. I felt like when I saw it, it was kind of like a attempt at a Call of Cthulhu kind of thing. It's definitely in the vein, but it is very different. There's the spine. It is a rounded spine, as you can see here. There's the back. I do like that all of the Vaesen products have this symbol with something in there. Let's take a look at what it says on the back. In dark forests and forlorn mountains, by black lakes and hidden groves, at your doorstep, in the shadows, something stirs. Strange beings, twisted creatures lurking at the edge of vision. Watching. Waiting. Unseen by most, but not by you. You see them for what they really are. Vaesen. Welcome to the mythic North, Northern Europe of the 19th century, but not as we know it today. A land where the myths are real, a cold reach covered by vast forests, its few cities lonely beacons of industry and enlightenment. A new civilization dawning. But in the countryside, the old ways still hold sway. There, people know what lurks in the dark. They know to fear it. Vaesen, Nordic Horror Roleplaying, is written by Nils Hintz, I hope I said his name right there, and based on the work of Swedish illustrator and author Johan Egerskans. Vaesen presents a dark Gothic setting steeped in Nordic folklore and the old myths of Scandinavia. The game mechanics utilize an adapted version of the award-winning Year Zero engine. And then it has the key features here, but we're about to take a look at the book. So first off, let's go ahead, and since I already showed you the curved spine, and you saw probably the ribbon there, let's look. We have a stitched binding, nice eye, for a book that is, how long? Well, getting into the index, so say 230 something pages. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we've got a bit of a wasted use of this space, but in a book this big, I guess I get it. Does it help set the tone? A little bit. It kind of looks like gray clouds. It also kind of looks like marble. That symbol is going to be really common. So Vaesen, the paper, I'm going to be honest, it feels like parchment. It feels very much like parchment, and that is a good fit. And the art in this book, as you're going to see, you've got line drawings like this, and you also have full paintings like this. The art is one of the highlights here. It is definitely one of the highlights. So this is a core rulebook. That image is just striking. That is flippin' awesome. The best part is it's the image on the screen, the GM screen, so that makes it even better. So basically, hello, in the world of Vaesen, your character has the sight. Your character gained the sight by some sort of tragedy, some dark secret, and the sight allows you to see Vaesen. Most others cannot. Some people recognize that the sight is like a helpful thing. Some people consider you like devil possessed or whatever. But you have come to go to this place called the Society. And the Society, because, you know, I guess we can't come up with cool names, so the site and the Society, so you could find the Vaesen, and you could do the role playing, whatever. But the point is, you join with these others in the Society, and you travel throughout the mythic North and beyond to find these Vaesen, who are now somehow in conflict with people because of the rise of industrialization and the destruction of the old ways. And what's interesting is this is not a go in and fight them game. Although the back makes you think otherwise, you have to figure out how to appease or how to dispel these things. So it's more investigative and roleplay heavy. There is combat, but it depends on what you're going up against this day, if that's a really good option or not. The art, as I said, is stunning. All of it, like the hand-drawn stuff. I'm skipping some pages around here. The hand-drawn stuff and the big color paintings. I'm wanting to look at the archetypes. Here we go. So here's some archetypes that you can start with. The academic, the doctor, the hunter, the occultist. I wonder what she's going to do with that rabbit. The officer, the priest, the private detective, the servant, the vagabond, and the writer. And the game is skill-based, not level-based. So, you know, like Year Zero games, you know. And it is very much like the Year Zero games. You know, you roll a bunch of D6s and you're trying to get a 6 for a success. We're getting into the skills and talents. Talents are different. They're a little addition to what we're used to. We're in the combat section now. Okay, there's a dragon right there, or something like one. The art is so good. There's so much here to work with, honestly. I mean, I read through this thing really quickly. Now we're getting into like equipment and stuff. There's the society. This also has a base building aspect, which I think is really cool, where the society has fallen into disrepair. Their castle, which the name escapes me, but that's it, is a bit of a hot mess right now, and you are trying to rebuild it. And so each time you go on a mystery, which are what the adventures are called, you're trying to also gather stuff and getting resources to improve your headquarters, which is cool, which gives you additional abilities and stuff and additional supplies. So I love the paper is not a straight up white. It's more of a parchmenty color, and that I think is very fitting. It has a lot of these like full page spreads. Now we're getting into Mythic North, and that is a stunningly gorgeous map. Stunningly amazing map. Unfortunately, you don't get like a poster map of it with the starter, with the core book. It does come with the GM screen though, if you want that map. It also has a map of Uppsala, the city that you start in, where the, well, here it is, and where the society's castle is. I'm trying to see if I can see the name of the castle in here. Castle Gillenkreutz, that's it. And so this is a very rough map, because you can put your own stuff in here if you want. So, striking image. That's just amazing. So is that, honestly. So, again, this is a very magical world. Oh, we're getting into the actual Vaesen. I'm going to just skip around through there. It's a very magical world, but most people don't recognize it, or know it, or see it, or even know that it's there. And that's kind of appealing. It's different, right? So we're actually getting into the actual Vaesen here. We're getting into the section where we learn about the Vaesen. So let me go back to where that starts so you can get an idea. I think I literally passed it a second ago and didn't think much of it. There it is. So this is the chapter on Vaesen. So we've got quite a few here. I'm going to skip every so often. So you have Ash Tree Wife. I'm jumping a bit. Fairies. I'm jumping a little bit. A giant. That is probably the coolest image of a giant I have ever seen. That is awesome. Lindworm. Skip a couple. I think this comes with 20-something. Mermaids. That's an amazing image as well. Very tactful place of hair there. The neck. Niece. The Revenant. That's that guy. Spurtus. Werewolf, and I skipped through. I'm not looking at every one of them, because each one has its own ways of getting defeated, and I don't want to spoil anything. You know, so I mean, like, finding out what Vaesen it is you're up against is part of the game and what you're trying to do. The mystery, that's what they call an adventure, and it breaks down parts of one and how to create one. And thankfully, it does exactly what I want it to do. It gives me a mystery in the back, and it has a lot of these little cutaway areas you can read. And some game books put these little cutaway side things in really weird places, to where you're like, okay, do I keep reading the core thing or do I read the cutaway thing? This doesn't do that. Most of the time, I feel it's put where it needs to. Like, here's where this ends. And I know, okay, now I'm going to read these, right? I'm going to go ahead and read all 3 of these and then move on. Here, this goes to this, then we're here. See? I mean, it's done really, really well. Tables for creating your own adventures, mysteries. And here's the mystery comes with the Dance of Dreams. I will probably one day review this one, but for now I'm going to skip through. But each mystery comes with all you need to know. It is done in scenes as modern RPGs are. Here's handouts. Nice handouts. Background tables. And there's a lot of these. There's a Vaesen character sheet, I think. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Yep. This is the Vaesen character sheet. This is the headquarters sheet. So this is for your castle that you're upgrading. So this is the character sheet. It's the whole thing. Here's the headquarters sheet. That's for your whole group. And that's it. So again, this product, very solid. Let's see, do we have any embossing here? I mean, not embossing, but glossy. No, they usually do that, but not here. But the feel of it, if you can hear it, it's this rough, feels like it's been hand stitched together. It fits the background of the game so well. I'm gonna put my ribbon in, which of course it has a ribbon. Yay, love ribbons. Okay, so let's talk about Vaesen here. First off, let me give this product a rating. A score from 0 to 10. Free League makes a lot of amazing products. They make some of the best products on the market. Honestly, I'd say they and one other company. I feel like I have a hard time picking which one makes the best products. But every once in a while, everybody messes up. Every once in a while, even the best company releases something that's just, not that great, right? This is not that time. This is fantastic. If there is a complaint, and I feel like it's a pretty nitpicky one when you look at the font size here, but it's these, sometimes it feels like there's some empty space. That is gorgeous. That is an amazing image. How you can see through them. But that is so well done. But it's just this white space that is on the top and bottom of each page. Now, you run a word count on this. You go through and count the number of words on a page compared to another RPG book, and the difference isn't very much. Honestly, in most cases, Vaesen probably has a few more. But it also is very succinctly written, and it's part of the style they're going for. I have found that in all of their books, they use a little extra white space to get into those areas to make it more clear. But I would say that is, not the perfect use of the material you have, right? But let's be completely honest. I am picking nits so hard there, it ain't even funny. Out of 0 to 10 score, I give Vaesen Nordic Horror Role-Playing Core Book a 9.5 out of 10. It's amazing. Is it a perfect product? No, but it might as well be. There are very few perfect products out there. If you do not play horror role-playing, if you've never played horror role-playing before, would this be a good first one? Absolutely, because the rule system is light enough you can just get into the mood, right? Let's say, on the other hand, that you are a heavy horror role player. Let's say Alien. I think that's a pretty good fit too, because they both use the Year Zero system. Real easy transition. But now you're going to be more of a campaign-based kind of thing. But let's say you're doing Call of Cthulhu. They're similar enough as far as the structure of the adventures and all that stuff. But this would still be a different experience. If you are in an active Call of Cthulhu campaign, you may not need this. But if you liked Call of Cthulhu, but you're not playing it right now, and don't plan on playing it in the future, and don't want to go buy the books or whatever, and you're like, I'd like to try something different, something in that vein, this is absolutely it. Right? This, of those type of horror RPGs, this is, Call of Cthulhu and this, I would say, are about tied. I mean, I think I would probably like whichever one I had started playing first, slightly more, just because of the, the natural bias I would end up having. But I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with Vaesen. It is amazing. And again, free league. All their products are 2 thumbs up, top notch. Right? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. None of my books, at least to this point, as of this taping, are review copies. These are all literally my things that I'm reviewing. Things I've already read, that are mine, or that I've played with and used, and all that stuff. I would love to have the ability to review things that are review copies. That'd be cool. Preferably physical. But it is what it is. I would love to have sponsors every once in a while. Being, of course, completely open about that, because I do this on the side. I'm a teacher regularly. I'm a high school literature teacher. And as we all know, teachers are the pay and the best in the world. Although, I'm very happy with mine in the world of teacher pay. But the other thing to consider is, as of the taping of this video, the environment we live in for teachers is not very friendly. And that's sad. Like the whole point of teachers having to get the degrees they do is so they are knowledgeable about their subject area. And then you have people coming in that are not knowledgeable about their subject area telling them what to do. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, it's like saying, I need open heart surgery. Do I want to go get a person who went to medical school for open heart surgery, or I want to get Steve down the street who neutered my cat for $10? I'm going to go with the guy that went to school. Just saying. Doesn't matter what the difference in price is. I'd rather not die. I'd rather I'd rather have somebody who knows what they're talking about. But either way, that's just me. I ranted. I am sorry. So, get Vaesen. Play Vaesen. It's awesome. This has been Outdated, and I'll see you next time. Peace.